Pressure. It crushes the unprepared, paralyzes the fearful. Most men crack when the weight bears down. But fear is something else. It's the silent enemy that creeps into your mind, twisting your thoughts, controlling your actions. You either bow to it, or you rise above it. Fear is a weapon, but only for those who know how to wield it. It's not about shutting fear out. It's about standing calm in the chaos, when everything around you is falling apart, and using that fear to sharpen your focus. Fearless? No one's truly fearless. But there are those who can turn fear into their greatest strength. Today, I'll show you what it means to stand unshaken, how to face the pressure that would break most men and turn it into power. This is how you become more than just strong. This is how you become fearless. Lesson 1. Master the art of mental control. Fear begins in the mind. It's not something tangible, but it can shape your reality if you allow it to take root. Fear often sneaks in, subtle at first, through doubts, uncertainty, or the unknown. You feel it in your gut, that quickening pulse, the tightening in your chest. It clouds your thoughts, takes your focus away from the task at hand, and if left unchecked, fear will take over. But fear is not invincible. It can be controlled. Mastering the art of mental control is about recognizing the moment fear creeps in and stopping it before it spreads. Your thoughts are your first battleground. Replace fear with empowerment. Think about this. You've prepared, trained, and sacrificed for this moment. Every action you've taken up until now has armed you with the skills and experience necessary to handle it. Remind yourself of that when doubt creeps in. The moment fear rises, counter it with confidence. Refuse to let it take control. You are in charge of your mind, and your mind is the source of your strength. Lesson 2. Train in high-stress scenarios. You cannot be fearless under pressure if you've never faced it. It's that simple. If you spend your life avoiding difficult, high-pressure situations, then when the real challenge arises, you'll crumble. Being fearless doesn't come naturally. It's something you forge through experience, through deliberate exposure to adversity. That's why you need to train yourself under stress. Whether it's putting your body through grueling physical challenges or forcing your mind to operate under intense pressure. This type of training is your gateway to growth. You train your body to break and then to rebuild. You train your mind to face complexity, then to solve the unsolvable. Over time, those stressors you once feared become familiar territory. This is why I seek out the challenge. I push my limits so that when true pressure arrives, it's nothing new. I've been there before. It becomes just another day in the field. When you repeatedly place yourself in uncomfortable situations, you train your brain and body to adapt, to become stronger. And over time, real-world pressure loses its grip on you. Lesson 3. Focus on what you can control. Fear thrives in the unknown. When we focus on things outside of our control, it paralyzes us. You can feel the weight of uncertainty press down on you like a vice. This is one of fear's oldest tricks, to distract you with elements beyond your reach. But here's the truth. There will always be things you can't control. You can't manipulate the entire world. So why waste your energy worrying about it? Instead, you have to focus on the variables you can influence. In any high-pressure situation, you can control your actions, your decisions, your mindset. You control your reaction to the challenge in front of you. Everything else is just noise. The world can be burning around you, but if you stay focused on your role, on the part you can play, that's where your power lies. This clarity of mind is what separates those who crumble under pressure from those who rise. You need to learn to tune out the chaos and dial in on what's within your grasp. Mastering that ability means mastering pressure itself. Lesson 4. Develop a failure is feedback mindset. Fear of failure. It's one of the most powerful and crippling forms of fear. It stops men before they even start. But here's something you need to understand. Failure is inevitable. No matter how skilled, how prepared, how experienced you are, failure will happen. You will stumble. You will fall. But it's not the fall that defines you. It's how you rise. Failure, in its truest form, is feedback. It's the universe telling you where your weaknesses are, where you need to grow. It's a lesson wrapped in defeat. And every single failure is a step forward, a step closer to mastering yourself and the challenges ahead. If you let fear of failure hold you back, you're denying yourself the opportunity to grow, to improve, to become stronger. Instead, you need to embrace failure. Each setback you face is a chance to refine your strategy, sharpen your skills, and return even more prepared for the next challenge. This mindset will strip fear of its power because once you stop fearing failure, fear itself has nothing left to control you with. I've failed before, many times. But each time I stood back up, I came back stronger. Failure is not the end. It's the beginning of growth. Lesson 5. Use physical cues to stay grounded. When fear threatens to take over, it manifests physically. Your hands might shake, your heart races, and your body tenses. But here's the key. Just as fear can influence your body can influence your mind. This is why physical cues are so powerful in managing fear under pressure. Something as simple as clenching your fists or focusing on your breath can ground you in the moment. It can bring your mind back from that spiraling fear and restore your focus. Stand tall, square your shoulders, feel your feet rooted to the ground. These physical actions send signals to your brain that you're still in control. It reminds you that you are unshaken, unbroken. When fear rises, don't let it take over. Use your body as a tool to regain control over your mind. Maintain your posture, regulate your breathing, and watch how quickly fear loses its grip. Even in the face of the impossible, I hold my ground. My body becomes a weapon, my stance unbreakable. Fear doesn't stand a chance. Lesson 6. Break the situation down into small wins. In the face of an overwhelming challenge, fear can make you freeze. You look at the mountain in front of you, and it feels impossible to climb. But here's the trick. Don't focus on the entire mountain. Don't focus on the enormity of the task. Focus on the next step. Just one. You see, when you break a large challenge down into small, manageable parts, you give yourself a series of victories. Each small win builds momentum. And with that momentum, fear starts to dissolve. You're no longer thinking about the impossibility of the entire task. You're focused on the immediate objective, the next small step. And with each step, you move closer to conquering the whole. This is how you manage fear. By creating small victories, you build confidence. And with confidence, fear has no place. You take control of the challenge, one step at a time, one step at a time, one victory at a time. That's how I win. That's how you stay fearless in the face of the storm. Fear will always be there, but pressure? It's nothing but another test, one you've already prepared for. It's not fear that defines you, it's what you do in spite of it. So when the pressure rises, remember, you are ready. It's your world. Build it.